So I don't want to sound like a shiller of yet another future exchange on Bitcoin, because there are so many out there. But I really want to talk about CoinFlex this time because, I personally am a very active and passionate futures trader, and I've always wanted to get into Bitcoin futures, but up until now, I never was satisfied with any of the most popular platforms out there. Because pretty much all of them, those BitMEX and Bybits and Deribits and all of them, they have all sorts of limitations that never attracted me. They have high transactions fees, they had other hidden fees like funding costs and overnight costs, they have deposit and withdrawal costs, they have extremely complicated user interfaces, low order submissions and executions, system overloads, especially when you need the system to work for you, when in high volatility moments, and very unresponsive platforms, and sometimes even high bid express or pure executions, in some products. So like up till now, I was like, no way I'm gonna trade like short-term Bitcoin. But now I am finally confident to say that this exchange meet my needs, and I'm really gonna walk you through everything because this is really, really super fucking awesome. Okay, so the first important thing to understand about CoinFlex is that it offers physically delivered futures contract, okay? So not cash settled, physically delivered futures contracts. And so the main big difference to understand between those contracts and the perpetual contracts, or anyway those other cash settled contracts, offered in the other platforms, is that it makes Bitcoin much less subject to manipulation, okay? So to put it simply, you need to understand that cash settled future contracts are priced off of an index derived by the spot price. So it is possible to manipulate that index by selling or buying large quantities of Bitcoin on the spot market while opening a position on the perpetual contract and profiting from that move. Since Bitcoin spot market tends to be fairly liquid, it doesn't require a huge amount of capital to move, while the profits made on the perpetual position will be quite considerable. So this type of procedure is common practice in the most popular cash settled futures exchanges, but it cannot be performed in physically settled contracts. So for this one reason alone, and it's not the only one, and I'm looking forward to explaining everything else, but for this reason alone, this is the one reason why I prefer to trade in here, trade physical Bitcoin. Own it, trade it. You don't have to like trade like paper thing. That doesn't require real actual Bitcoin to be traded around. So there was always a lot of talk about how bad all those cash settled futures are for the price of Bitcoin, because they suppress the price, and now that we have backed, but backed is only for institutionals, and so retail traders basically cannot use it. But retail traders, you can go into CoinFlex, and not only is a physical settled, but the platform itself is the most professional and efficient and cost-effective platform there is out there, and we're gonna walk you through it here in a second. So, really, guys, this is absolutely a big deal. So, let's see, first of all, how to get started in this, okay? First of all, you can deposit anything. You can deposit Bitcoin or Ethereum or Bitcoin Cash, okay? And deposit into their cold wallet. And then you have to convert the Bitcoin that you deposit in the spot. You have to go in the conversion and convert in 1-to-1 into the future contract that you want to trade on. Okay, so if you want to trade the January contract like we are right now, you get a spot and transfer it and converted into the futures contract of the January. Okay, it's a one-to-one conversion and it's immediate, you know. So it's basically, put it this way, it's kind of like saying put your money from the main account into trading account. It's pretty much the same. To make it simplified, it's pretty much the same story. Okay, then so once you've done that, you're pretty much ready to trade, but you need to go and also borrow the USDT and additionally more XBT that you want to trade, okay, to use leverage. So let's go take a look at this. Well, let's go right here.
Okay, so once we open the platform, this is what it's presented to us. It may look a little scary in the beginning, you know, with all those widgets, but it's not as difficult as it may look. You know, we just have many widgets that we can move around and customize our workspace as we like, and you know, we can resize them and position them and delete them however we want, and save the workspace, you know, for the future use, keeping just the stuff that we want. Okay, here at the top we have this top bar with you know, the current market data that's going on. Here you can select the product that you want to trade, you know, futures and spot markets. Here you have our market grid with all the products at a glance. You know, if you want to switch from one product to the other, it's going to get displayed in the entire, you know, all the widgets are going to represent that one. You know, XBT. Let's focus on Bitcoin futures right now. Here we have our limit order book with the price ladder visualization, and here we have our order ticket window, and here our assets, you know, to keep track of all our assets in one place, and the leverage allocation that we have. And this one is the times and sale window, okay, to track the tape in all the market orders coming in. Okay, so let's get into the charts, and let's maximize our window. So we have quite a number of different chart types that we can select in this by clicking on this icon over here. Chart types: we have bar, baseline, delta, candle, closed, colored bar, high, low, close, you know, colored line. Okay, and we have a constant volume. I want to focus on a few different chart types that are very interesting. So the constant volume is basically the tick charts, okay, that you can select, you know, the granularity over here, and you know, tick charts are very nice to use for, you know, more precision into if you're, you know, enter into a trend, you know, you can find swings high and low a little bit easier than on traditional time candle charts. Okay, so we got the tick charts, which are very useful right here, and we got also this one is the price distribution, which is market profile. Yeah, that's it. We have market profile even here, which I really like this addition because it's very nice to be able to track, you know, how price gets accepted, you know, at various valuations, and you know, see how the price gets distributed. It's very nice to trend ranges using this type of chart. Okay, and we have volume candle over here, you know, that you know, the candles get a little larger for when the more volume come in, and it's also very nice, you know, to be able to look at this type of chart type. So for everyone who likes these kind of things, you know, it's all there, and there's plenty of it. Let's go back to the candle charts and take a look at some technical indicators. and you know, all the most common indicators are here. You know, all the oscillators and indicators that we all know, they are here, and I'm not gonna go through all of them because obviously there are too many, but um, it's not, you know, it's not missing anything, you know, really. There's everything we need and more. One that I like to plot in here is the volume profile. That works really well, you know, for Bitcoin. And let's plot also something else here. Let's plot also the VWAP. So it's one that I like very much, you know. And you can see, you know, you can start already to construct your own chart with all your indicators. Here you got our time intervals, which I have to say, it's not maybe very, you know, customizable. You know, you have daily, 60 minutes, 45, 30 minutes, and so on, to the smallest time frames, and which is okay. I mean, you know, you could add some more, like the 4 hours, but I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So, you know, if you know, there's plenty of choices even here. You got all our drawing tools, you know, over here. You got the fib levels, you know, Gantt, fan, the pitchforks, you know, regression lines, and you know, so you can plot everything here on the chart, which is one thing that I like also very much is the fact that every, you know, a trend line or, you know, drawing that you put on the chart gets displayed on this on the price here on the right. So for example, let's say that you are a trend line trader and you want to know, you know, for example, if your trend over here, I just plotted it a little bit roughly, but just so to make an example, that the price of the trend line gets plotted right here, so that you know that 85.93 will be the price, the level of the trend line, you know, once the price approaches here. So, you know, if you like to, for example, go long at the touch of the trend line, you know, you have that price highlighted right here on the side, you know, which is really useful if you like this type of things. Okay, let me delete this one. And then another really nice thing is the fact that you can trade from the chart right here. So you probably don't need anything else. You have your workspace already set up right here. You know, you can, if you want to trade using the 30-minute chart, and all you have it is right here. You can trade right off of the chart. And here you have these columns, you know, blue and red, where you can place your buy and sell orders. And in this column right here, you have some different settings, and you can set your default quantity, which is the quantity that you enter, you know, all the time, and which in this case I plot 0.1, so it's denominated in Bitcoin. Okay, so 0.1 will be, if I want to go long, I place 0.1 over here with one left click, and on the blue column below the current price, and basically I would go long 0.1 Bitcoin right here. Okay, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you can see a little bit better. I think I didn't have it zoomed in completely before. Okay, the 100% is a little bit, you can see a little clearer right now. So this way makes it really nice to get in and out fairly quickly. You know, if you want to go in here, get out there, you know, and buy and sell, and whenever you want to add multiple orders, you know, layer in, you know, at the resistance levels, you know, you can put them in here and move them around, obviously, you know, straight from the chart. So that makes it a very nice, fast experience. Okay, here you have your multiple order types, you know, that I'm gonna go through here in a little bit when we look at the DOM. And yeah, but yeah, like even just trading like this, you already have like a very fast experience. Okay, so let me open up the way that I have customized my own interface, because once you have all these widgets set up how you want, you can save it, with your preferred name, and every time that you open it, it will open your own workspace with all just the widgets that you always have on. Okay, and it's usually also like a very fast opening, so it's makes it really quick to get in and out. So here this is like the interface as I have it. Let me delete this trend line over here. I have I have here a 15-minute chart and a market profile chart over here, and here, yeah, because see, this is another thing that I didn't say before. You can add another tab to the same chart. Ideally I would like to be able to move this window to a different screen, but I don't think, or I haven't found a way to do it. I don't think it's possible to do it, so all I do is just keep it here on the side, and I have this 1 minute chart a little bit bigger over here where I look at the detail and execute. But here I can still plot some more charts with different time frame if I wanted. Okay, so there's still plenty of kind of customization over there. Okay, so let's take a look here at the limit order book. The limit order book is displays all the resting orders for every price level. Okay, here on the blue column there will be the buy orders, and on the red columns there will be the sell orders, and you can see how fast this thing is. I mean, it's a 50-cent stick size right now, and so it moves around really quickly. Okay, just to go into a little bit more details, here, for example, this 5 means there are 5 Bitcoin sitting on the bid, meaning waiting to buy at this price level. Okay, and here there are 10 Bitcoins waiting to sell at this price level. Okay, so these are obviously set there by the market makers, to move the price around, but that's where you place your buy and sell orders. And here on this column you see the volume profile, so the transaction that occurs at every price level. They are displayed over here, and with the this volume profile bar that displays if the quantity was more on the buy or on the sell. So for example, on this bar right here, you can tell that there were more aggressive buyers than aggressive sellers right at this price level. Okay, and this will be the point of control of this particular range. Okay, but let's place a couple of orders and see how the liquidity is, how the fills are. Okay, so you can see just as a first look that the liquidity is not completely filling up the entire order book. There are some levels that they don't have any orders in it, but when it comes to trading and execution, so far I've been trading here for about 20 days now, and or a little over 20 days, and I had really awesome feels all the time. I never had like some bad slippage or bad feels. So even though at times, especially in volatile times, it may seem a little thin, when it comes to get executed, you're always going to be executed at the price that your order was. Okay, so let's place a couple of limit orders. Here you can choose the type of orders that you like. Okay, let's say you want to go long and you want to place it over here. Okay, and you with one left click you have you submit your orders, okay? And if you left click again on it, you cancel them, okay? And if you want to go short, if you want to mark sell, you can put them on over there, and that's where the levels that you get short, okay? Clicking with the left click of the mouse, you're gonna cancel your order. So one-click trading, very fast. And if you want to move it around, you right-click and you can move it up and down the price ladder. Okay, let me go a little bit smaller in size just for this example. Okay, 0.1, so that I place a few trades, okay, with a little bit smaller size. Let's talk about some different order types. You can choose order types from this menu, okay? We have limit order, market orders, we have bracket orders, iceberg orders. So iceberg orders are like hidden orders, okay? One cancel the others. You got stop orders, time sliced orders, which means you submit orders every set amount of time, like every hour, for example, okay, automatically. So which is also really cool. So if you set just a limit, you simply buy yourself one limit order. That's it. There's no child order attached to it. But if you want to put like a bracket order, here pops up this window where you can set all your parameters. Okay, in this case I have a 20 ticks. This is, you can divide your profits and stop in ticks. I have a profit target of 20 ticks and a stop loss of 10 ticks, and the stop loss is also a trailing stop, so it stays close to the price stays all the time 10 ticks far away from the last price. Okay, and so I have it also set with the limit order here, so that if the last traded price gets to my stop loss level, it submits a limit order 5 ticks below, which will get executed at the best bid ask in that moment. Okay, so let's for example, let's place an order here. Let's say I want to go short, and let's put a short over here if I can get filled for short. Of course, now to move down, I want to get a little bit better here. I have to chase it down. I hate to chase price, but let's see if I just want to get filled a little quick at the pareo. Let's take this on off now. Okay, let me go long then. Okay, filled. Went long here, and here I got my stop loss, and there I got my profit target. So if the price moves up now, the stop loss will move up. There you go. You see the price moved up a tick, and my stop loss is tracking the price moving up. Okay, and my profit target is staying the same. Okay, I can still move around my profit target whenever I want. And there you go. This price is moving up, and let's see if it goes to reach my profit. Otherwise, I still have now my stop loss has become a stop profit in this point. Is if it comes down, I'm gonna get executed and get out at this price. Let's see what happens. You've seen the execution was really quick, and there you go. There I got out, and if you see here on the chart, it gets displayed where you get in and where you get out. Here I got in here at 86.79, and I got out and at 86.81. Okay, for a couple dollars scalp. Okay, so that was very quick, super small, like it's insignificant, but just to show as an example, this is how it works. Okay, and so let's see some other orders. These iceberg orders, basically how does it work? It displays just a certain amount of quantity over here. That usually it's small. Think about what an iceberg is. You only just see the tip of the iceberg, but you don't see what's below, right? So what's below is hidden. And how it works is that if you set display here 0.01, but then here you have the actual order is 0.1, for example, and once you submit it here on the book, you will just see, okay, this is I have to go to canceled. Here you will only see a 0.01, but if the price comes down, once you reach this is gonna be executed, but it's still gonna put all other orders to fill my full order, which in case was 0.1. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, so that's how it's gonna work. So you don't see it here on the book, but once the price gets there, it's going to fill. It's going to submit all the orders to fill up the entire the full order. Okay. One cancel the other orders. It just basically submit the stop loss and take profit. Okay. So let's say, for example, that you did go long or short at the price level. Say, for example, now you wanted to go short. Okay, and you place a short over here. Let me see if. Okay, got filled there with a really nice also execution, even though my price went up immediately after, but the first execution was really good. And let's say that you already have a position in place and you wanted to put a stop loss and take profit. So you have all your parameters set over here. And in this case I'm short, so I will place a buy stop over here, for example, and it take profits, say for example somewhere down here. Okay, and there you go, and those are going to cancel one another. The first one that gets filled will cancel the other one. Okay, if I get filled here, I will just exit my position, and you know that this price is not gonna be there anymore. If somebody wants to, for example, have multiple, take profits, well, the one solution could be to just add more, more orders. For example, you can have more limit, more entries, and then set different take profits for each one of them. Okay. That can be a solution, because this one allows me to set up only one take profit per order. Okay, but there are very, for sure, different ways to circumnavigate that limit. Okay, so let me get out of this little position over here. Let me see if I can get filled over here. Okay, filled. And I'm out. Then you got your stop order. You just simply a stop. Simply a stop order. I have the same parameters as the other ones, and you can use it either to get out of a position or even to enter a position. So if you are a breakout trader, and let's say you want to get long involved if the price gets up above this recent high. So okay, then you can place a long here, for example, at 97, and place a long stop over here. So if the price gets up, you get involved with a long order over here. Okay, or you can use it simply as a stop to get out of the current position. Okay. Time sliced, I haven't really dug into that yet, but what it allows you to do is to submit an order every time interval. Okay, so here I have it 60 minutes. You can set it every for every time interval you want it. This algorithm will submit an order, okay, into the ladder. I will have to study that a little bit more, how that works, because I think it's really cool. Okay. So another cool thing to know is that so here the tick size is at 50 cents. Okay, so in some more volatile times it can be very difficult to follow it, even though I mean the ladder recenters itself. You can have your settings over here by right clicking. You can recenter with market and move, you know, like 10 ticks, but you can also aggregate the price increments per row. So here is it, every row is one tick, but if I want to see, you know, more than one, you know, say two, for example, you can see that it's going to be like a almost like a $1 tick size. Even though the contract itself, they're still going to trade, you know, 50 cents, but the visualization, you know, is going to make it a little bit slower, you know, by having a $1, or, you know, you can choose how many ticks you want. You know, say if you want to have 10 ticks, then you'll have your $5, you know, movement over here, $5 tick size. Even though, again, the trades will still occur in between, but just the ladder visualization is gonna be like this, kind of like zoomed in, okay, which makes it really good in case of fast market. Okay, so next thing that I want to talk about is the this window right here. We have our assets. So I want to spend a moment on this, because this is a physically settled futures contract. So you need to own both assets. So in this case, XBT and USDT. You need to own them to trade them. Okay. And so even though you don't have to deposit both of them, you can deposit XBT, but you have to then borrow USDT, you know, if you want to trade, because basically what it means is that if you, let's say you go long, you know, over here one BTC, what you are effectively doing is buying one BTC. You effectively buying one BTC, and to buy one BTC, you are actually selling USDT. Okay, you sell USDT to buy your BTC, and the same if you go short, you are selling Bitcoin and buying USDT. Okay, so you need to own both assets, and but once you deposit, you can set your leverage by moving this this lever bar over here. Okay, and even if you have, you know, just XBT, you can use it as a collateral to borrow any other asset. You understand? So that's how it works, and you can keep track of all your assets in here. Okay, and to keep track of your profits and loss, you simply use this XBT January, which is right now is 0. But if let's say I want to go long over here and buy, let me see, not that I don't want to go to time slice, I'm going to limit. Let's say I submit an order here, you will see that here I am long 0.01. okay, and once I get out, and if I want to go short over here and get out of it, did I get out? No, I deleted it. Okay, I'm out now, and you see that comes 0, and this is your position of USDT January, but basically it's your profit and loss. Okay, because your profits and loss is denominated in USDT, and that's how it's going to display over here. Okay, so you can set to minimize it here so that you don't have to see it all the time, and with these little icons here you can choose, you know, what you want to see. You understand? So let's talk about the commissions also. Let me bring it on here. So here is how it works. The base commission structure is 3 for makers and 3 for takers. Okay, 3 basis points, so 0.03% for maker orders and the same for taker orders. If one don't understand exactly what the difference is between maker and taker, is very simple. So a maker order is every time you submit a limit order that's provides liquidity, this is a maker order. Okay, those are maker orders when I provide liquidity. So I put liquidity in the market, I'm providing, you see this is all liquidity that I am providing. I'm filling up the order book by providing liquidity. Okay, so now if it comes down, I'm gonna get filled on all of them. But anyway, those are, when I'm providing liquidity, those are maker orders. When I'm taking liquidity, so if I want to go buy and take this liquidity, bam, like this, I'm taking the liquidity that's been provided by the sellers. Those are taker orders. Okay, let me get out this. Good. And so there are, there's a little bit of a distinction. Okay, so this is the basic structure for makers and takers. But the thing is, when you submit a taker order, so it's like a market buy, or market sell, when you go take the liquidity, you will also get rewarded in flex coins. Flex coin is the the cryptocurrency of this exchange that will be given to you as a reward for taker orders. They let's see also, if you want to take a look at the flex coin, is right here. It's now worth 26 cents. You can see right here, it's worth 26 cents, and you can trade it over here. And let me go back to this is the spot price. I don't want the spot price, I want the future. And so how many flex coins do you get? Well, basically, if you get a round trip, meaning like you get in and get out, so you open a trade and you close the trade, both with the taker orders, you pretty much get enough coins, enough flex coins to reduce the entire taker fee to almost a half, to about 1.6%. That's on average, how, if you start in this way. So if you collect enough flex coins, so you can buy them, of course, you can just go in and buy them in the spot market, and you stake them for 30 days, and you get a discount in the maker fee and in the taker fee. Okay, while for every time you have a taker order, you're still gonna receive flex coins anyway. Okay, but if you stake, for example, even 500 flex coins, you already get your maker fee down to 1.5 and your taker fee to 2.5, with only $131 worth of flex coins. So this is also a really nice feature. In the beginning, when I first tried out, I didn't really know how much flex coins I was gonna get, and I'm more like I always like to place limit orders rather than market orders. But then the more I tried out, the more I found that it was worthwhile placing taker orders, because you get so much rewards. I was building up so many flex coins, and that they can allow you to reduce the overall fees, and so that make it a very nice trading experience. So for me, scalping here on this interface is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I mean, my experience so far has been wonderful. It's easy to get in and out, the liquidity is there, the fees, they don't destroy you. You can even scalp a few ticks, for like a couple dollar movements, and you're already covering all your fees. So absolutely, like the cheapest way to trade Bitcoin futures by far right now is the best way and the most inexpensive way. You have physically settled futures, which is really important even for Bitcoin price itself. You have very fast order executions, order submissions. You can put them into the ladder and cancel them really quickly, and they get filled really quickly, and great execution prices. You have a very fast platform, very responsive. I never had any downtime, even in this rally and dump that we had in the past 20 days. I've been training through the volatile times, and absolutely, I mean, you never have something, all those moments when you trade that you sometimes you feel so angry at the platform that you would like to throw away the computer if you don't have that, you have some crashes, you have downtimes and all like that. Well, nothing like that ever happens in my experience so far in the past month and past 20 days that I've been trading this. Absolutely great. I mean, I'm just loving it, and the commissions are not killing you. You can make a profit even from small movements, and see how the price moves so fast. It doesn't get stuck. You can look at the 1 minute chart. How fast this thing is. You can. I mean, it takes a little bit of experience, of course. You need to know what you're doing. But if you have a little bit of experience, you trade small and trade often, this is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I have no reason to go trade to any other exchanges right now. So I strongly advise, if you are a Bitcoin futures trader, to absolutely come try it out, because it's the best in my opinion. Okay, I will post down on the comments also my referral link, so that if you open an account using my referral link, you get a discount in the commissions. So make sure you do that. And I also want to ask you if you have any questions about how to trade on this platform, or if you have any questions about what I explained so far and what else you can see. Just place some questions in the comments below, and I'm gonna try to do some other videos here on CoinFlex, because I think it's worth it to spread the word on this beautiful interface and beautiful exchange that was well needed to fight all those other perpetual stuff and cash settled stuff, not to say some other words. But anyway, this is all in my part, and I hope you guys liked it. I try to be really simple, try to explain it so that anybody can understand it, but feel free to comment and ask any questions. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.